Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we have a very important topic for you. And this topic is going to be directed to those people who have applied for jobs. Sometimes we fail in our interviews because we do not know on how to go about it. And therefore, in today's video, I'm going to educate you on how you can make sure that you pass in an interview. We apply for jobs. It could be a company or a parastatal or a government job. But sometimes we apply and we fail because of lack of understanding. And therefore, this video is going to guide you on how to pass in an interview by giving you around 10, 11, 12 tips on how to go about an interview and ensuring that you succeed well. First and foremost, when you're invited for an interview, make sure that you prepare thoroughly. Know the requirement of your job application. Know the requirement of the position in which you have been invited to go and attend an interview. Once you know these, make sure that you prepare thoroughly. Prepare thoroughly and read widely. This is because you never know the kind of questions you're going to be asked. But nevertheless, there are some basic things that we're supposed to do by yourself so as to impress the interview panel. Other than writing your resume or an application letter and your CV, there are basic issues that we're supposed to know on how to go about them when you attend this interview. First and foremost, make sure that you arrive early. Do not arrive late when the interview is going on. Make sure that you arrive at least 1 hour before the time the interview starts or begins. This time will allow you to familiarize yourself with the environment in which you're going to be interviewed. You'll be able to interact with other people who have been invited in the same interview and will know each other. Secondly, this time will allow you to make sure that you peruse your summary notes. Make sure that you always have a summary note somewhere so that when you arrive early, you do not remain idle. You are reading something related to the interview. And therefore, make sure that you arrive on time, early enough, so that make sure that you peruse your notes, you familiarize yourself with the environment, and you know and interact with other members who will be interviewed together with you. Number two, remember always to be smart. First impression is very important. Do not go in t-shirts. Do not go in a casual wear. Make sure that you have a neat and nice suit, a tie, a nice shirt, and you look presentable. This presentation will give the interview panel your first impression. They look at you and see whether you are somebody who is responsible or you are just a joker. So make sure that wherever you attend an interview, you are smart, you look presentable, because first impression is very important. It is very important, the way you present yourself. So always ensure that you have a nice suit, a tie, and also a suit and something that a shirt that makes you smart. Anything like be smart, so that people who are interviewing you will be able to be impressed by your presentation. When you are called upon to attend an interview, do not go and knock the doors. Wait until when somebody comes to call you. Somebody will be sent from the panel to call you so that you go and enter the door or the boardroom where the interview is taking place. So don't go and knock the door, disturbing the panel that you have arrived. There will always be somebody who will register you. And therefore, once you get registered, wait for someone who will come and call upon you so that you attend the interview. Once you are inside the room, kindly greet the panel. greet them, and do not sit down. There is a chair. You'll find a chair in front of the panel, a bit far, and you are supposed to stand until when you are requested to sit down. Don't give yourself a chair to sit down. Wait until when you ask to sit down. Once you ask to sit down, sit comfortably and face the panel. And once you face the panel, the chairman will introduce you and introduce the panelist. Give him time to welcome you. And once he welcomes you, he'll be able to ask you to present your original documents. So always make sure that when you go for an interview, you have your original documents. You had attached your photocopies of CV, the photocopies of your academic credentials, and also other certificates. And make sure now you carry the originals. Do not forget to carry your identity card. If you don't have an identity card, carry your passport. Carry your passport and make sure that you carry the original documents when attending an interview. The other thing, point number 7, is that you should portray confidence. Don't start panicking. Remember, the panelists will be looking at you. They want to give you a job. They don't want to give to somebody who can panic and who can not be able to be dependent in making independent decisions or corrective decisions. So portray some confidence. Do not fear. Do not fear. Once you start shaking and fearing, then they will be able to see that you are not capable of maybe controlling the team you'll be given to control once you pass the interview. Point number 8 is that wherever you ask a question by a panelist, don't address him directly. Do not answer him directly. All answers go through the chairman. So answer through the chairman. The panelists will ask you questions one by one, but always answer through the chairman. Do not answer through the panelist, and do not address them directly, but make sure that you answer through the chairman. Number 10 is that always make sure that you are very specific. Know the question that you have been asked and answer the question directly. Be specific. Do not beat around the bush when giving your answers. Because once you do this, you'll be wasting the panelist's time, and also you'll be seen not to understand exactly what you are being asked. So always be specific, answer the questions directly, and stop beating around the bush. And if you do not know the answer, tell the panelist for sure that question I do not have the answer. This will also be a way of answering because they will be able to assess your level of honesty. Instead of cheating, just say that you do not know the answer, and also they will know that exactly you are also a very good person who can be able to be frank and honest. Once the panelists have finished their questions, always remember to be courteous. Thank them for inviting you for that interview, and also give them a closing remark. What will you do once they qualify you or once you qualify in the interview? But be brief. Don't waste a lot of time. So finally, thank the panelists. Let them know that you are confident that you're going to pass the interview. Allow them the opportunity to go through your answers and let them be independent. And by doing so, you'll be able now to appeal to their conscience so that they can consider you for the job. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Life Adventures TV. Remember to subscribe and also to like us and give us a thumbs up. If you find this video to be beneficial to you, kindly share it with friends. People fail in interviews not because they are not qualified, but because of lack of confidence and lack of knowledge. Remember, knowledge is power. And once you're empowered by knowledge, nothing is impossible. Thank you very much. I am your host, Dr. David Miner from Life Adventures TV.